The revolt was sparked by the court-ordered roundup of Bundy's cattle by government agents over his refusal to pay fees required to graze the herd on federal land. Hundreds of supporters, many heavily armed, rallied to Bundy's cause, demanding that his livestock be returned. Outnumbered law enforcement officers ultimately retreated rather than risk bloodshed. The face-off marked a flashpoint in long-simmering tensions over federal control of public lands in the West and a precursor to Bundy's two sons leading an armed 6-week occupation of a federal wildlife center in Oregon 2 years later, in 2016. Defense lawyers have generally argued the Bunkerville defendants were exercising constitutionally protected rights to assembly and to bear arms, casting the showdown as a patriotic act of civil disobedience against government overreach. Prosecutors have argued armed gunmen were using force and intimidation to defy the rule of law. Standing trial with Cliven Bundy, 71, are his sons Ammon and Ryan Bundy, who also led last year's Oregon occupation, and a fourth defendant, Ryan Payne, a Montana resident linked by prosecutors to a militia group called Operation Mutual Aid. A would-be fifth trial defendant, internet blogger and radio host Peter Santilli, pleaded guilty on October 6 to conspiracy and faces a possible 6-year prison term. 6 lesser-known participants in the Nevada Ranch showdown went on trial earlier this year. 2 were found guilty, 1 sentenced to 68 years in prison. The other is awaiting sentencing. 2 of the 4 remaining defendants from that group were retried and acquitted, and 2 others pleaded guilty to obstructing a court order. Each of them faces up to a year in prison. Another group of 6 defendants, including 2 more Bundy sons, Dave and Mel Bundy, are due to stand trial after the current trial ends. Ammon and Ryan Bundy, along with 5 other people, were previously charged with criminal conspiracy in the takeover of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in Oregon. That trial ended with the acquittal last year of all 7.